What if everything you've been taught about becoming rich is actually keeping you poor? Think about it. Every morning, millions of people wake up, rush to work, spend years chasing promotions, save whatever money they can, and hope that one day they'll finally achieve financial freedom. Yet somehow, most never do. At the exact same time, a tiny percentage of people continue building fortunes so massive that they earn more in a single day than most families will make in an entire lifetime. So what's the difference? Is it higher intelligence, better education, rich parents, or just pure luck? The answer might surprise you. The greatest advantage billionaires have isn't money, it's psychology. They see opportunities where everyone else sees obstacles. They stay calm while others panic. They ask questions that most people never even think to ask. And the most shocking part is that these mental habits aren't reserved for the rich. Anyone can learn them, but almost nobody does. Today, you're about to step inside the minds of some of the world's most successful self-made billionaires. By the end of this video, you'll understand why some people seem to attract wealth wherever they go, while others spend their entire lives chasing it. And make sure you stay until the very end, because the final mindset shift has completely transformed the lives of countless entrepreneurs, and it might just change yours too. Let's start with one of the biggest myths about wealth. Most people believe that becoming rich starts with making more money. Billionaires know that's backwards. Long before money changes, thinking changes. Your financial future is shaped by the decisions you make every single day. And every decision begins inside your mind. Imagine giving two people the exact same opportunity. One sees risk and walks away. The other sees possibility, studies the opportunity, takes calculated action, and slowly turns it into something extraordinary. That's the invisible gap between average thinking and billionaire thinking. This difference becomes even clearer when you look at how wealthy people think about time. The average person focuses on today's paycheck, this weekend's plans, or next month's bills. Billionaires think in years, sometimes decades. Before they spend money, they ask whether that purchase will create value in the future or simply disappear the moment it's bought. Before they spend an hour, they ask whether that hour is moving them closer to the life they actually want. They understand that money can be lost and earned again, but time is the one asset that can never be replaced. That's why they guard it so carefully. One of the most powerful psychological traits shared by self-made billionaires is delayed gratification. While many people chase instant rewards, wealthy thinkers are willing to sacrifice temporary comfort for long-term freedom. Instead of upgrading their lifestyle every time their income increases, they often invest in businesses, assets, skills, and opportunities that continue growing for years. They understand that true wealth isn't built by looking rich today. It's built by making decisions today that allow you to become financially free tomorrow. And that's where everything begins to change. Because once you stop asking, how can I make money today? And start asking, how can I create value that keeps paying me for years? You're no longer thinking like the average person. You're beginning to think the way billionaires do. And that's only the beginning, because the next psychological shift is the one that separates people who dream about success from those who actually achieve it. The next psychological shift is something most people completely misunderstand. They believe billionaires are fearless risk-takers who wake up one morning, bet everything on a crazy idea, and somehow become rich overnight. It makes for a great movie, but it's terrible advice. In reality, the wealthiest people in the world don't chase reckless risks. They obsess over reducing them. Before they invest $1, launch a business, or enter a new market, they spend countless hours researching, asking questions, testing assumptions, and preparing for what could go wrong. By the time the world notices their bold move, they've already done the homework that everyone else skipped. What looks like confidence is usually preparation in disguise. This is why successful people rarely ask, "What if I fail?" Instead, they ask, "What's the smartest way to test this idea without risking everything?" That one question changes the entire game. Rather than waiting for the perfect moment, they take small, calculated steps. They test, measure, improve, and repeat. Every setback becomes feedback instead of defeat. While most people quit after one failure because they see it as proof they're not good enough, billionaires treat failure like data. Every mistake reveals something valuable. Every disappointment becomes another piece of information that moves them closer to success. Take Warren Buffett, for example. He's often described as one of the greatest investors in history, but his greatest strength isn't predicting the future. It's controlling his emotions. When markets become chaotic and investors panic, Buffett doesn't let fear make decisions for him. He relies on logic, patience, and discipline. Jeff Bezos built Amazon with a similar mindset. He was willing to be misunderstood for years because he believed long-term thinking would eventually beat short-term approval. Elon Musk repeatedly risked his reputation and fortune, but each move was backed by an enormous amount of research, engineering, and conviction. These billionaires may come from different industries, but they all share one psychological advantage. They refuse to let emotions overpower rational thinking. Another hidden habit is their obsession with learning. Most people stop treating education as a priority once they leave school. Billionaires never do. They read books, study history, analyze markets, learn from competitors, and constantly search for better ideas. They understand that every new skill increases their ability to recognize opportunities that other people never even notice. Knowledge compounds just like money. One useful lesson can lead to a better decision. That better decision can create a new opportunity. And one opportunity repeated over time can completely transform a person's financial future. But perhaps the most powerful shift of all is how wealthy people think about value. The average person asks, "How much money can I make?" Billionaires ask, "How many people can I help?" The larger the problem you solve, the greater the value you create. And in a free market, value is often rewarded with wealth. That's why the biggest fortunes are usually built by solving problems that millions of people face every day. They don't chase money directly. They chase impact, innovation, and solutions, knowing that money is often the natural result of creating something people genuinely need. Once you begin thinking this way, your perspective changes completely. You stop looking for shortcuts and start looking for systems. You stop chasing quick wins and start building long-term advantages. You realize that success isn't about making one perfect decision. It's about making slightly better decisions every single day until the results become impossible to ignore. And there's one final psychological principle that ties all of these ideas together. A principle so powerful that it explains why some people continue building wealth generation after generation, while others never escape the same financial cycle. That's exactly what we'll uncover next. The final psychological principle may be the most important of them all because it quietly controls every decision you make without you even realizing it. It's called identity. Most people believe success changes who you are. Billionaires believe who you become creates your success. That sounds simple, but it's one of the most powerful mindset shifts you can make. If someone sees themselves as a lifelong learner, they'll naturally read more books, ask better questions, and keep improving. If someone sees themselves as an investor instead of just a spender, they'll look at every dollar differently. If someone identifies as a problem solver, they'll notice opportunities that everyone else walks right past. Your identity shapes your habits shape your decisions, and your decisions shape your future.